A country which is not too far from India, not too close, has a hassle-free, straightforward visa procedure, has mountains, beaches, greenery, towns and cities, has kind-hearted people, fabulous food and amazing experiences to offer. That is Vietnam for you. I have visited Ho Chi Minh City earlier, so you might know my thoughts on the city and Vietnam already. But if you don't, I'll link the video below. This time I visited Hanoi and Hoi An, which is in Da Nang city, for 3 days each, and of course I documented my journey. This vlog will show you everything I experienced in Hoi An during my first 3 days in Vietnam. I love that the flights to Vietnam via Vietjet or Vietnam Airlines are around midnight, which means that you get to sleep on the flight, and our flight to Da Nang was with a stopover at Ho Chi Minh City for 2 hours. Though we had to walk it to the domestic terminal next door, the transfer was a breeze and we had plenty of time before boarding our domestic flight to Da Nang. The hotel that you decide to stay at during your trip can make or break your holiday, and this hotel was one of the highlights. You will clearly make out from the videos ahead. The hotel in Hoi An was about an hour away from Da Nang airport, so we checked in, settled in a bit and then stepped out in the evening to explore the night market. This night market is in Hoi An Ancient Town, which was about 15 minutes away from the hotel. Hoi An Ancient Town is a vibe. Whether it's the boat rides, the lanterns, the food stalls or the shopping, every corner is so vibrant and quite busy. Then I tried the famous Mót Hoi An for dinner. The popular lotus drink tastes like a herbal iced tea but was good, as well as the Pho and Banh Mi. I sat on a boat for the first time ever. It was scary at first because it rocks a lot while getting seated, but it was such a beautiful ride which lasted for about 15 to 20 minutes around the river.
Feel the waves like tied together ties. Shadows whisper rhymes of fear. Echoes dance in shadows near. Quiet now, won't let them steer. Turn my night into crystal clear. Footsteps through a land of dreams.
Another reason for loving my stay at the Renaissance Hoi An was the amazing breakfast spread, which you can probably tell from the video.
Sunrise starts to fade, dreams they fade away. Morning birds they sing, kickstart a brand new day.
As always, you can find the highlights of my trip on my Instagram
Came
page.
up to the air. Life is in full bloom, no worries, no despair. Sip, sip, feel the glow. Life's a stream, watch it flow. Breathe in, take it slow.
The plan for day 2 was to explore Bana Hills, which is around 1.5 hours away from Hoi An, but the drive was smooth and peaceful. One thing you might want to note though is that the weather in Da Nang is so erratic. Based on the forecast, I packed light clothes expecting warm days at 25 degrees Celsius, but there were occasional showers with a temperature of 19 degrees. Let's just say I was glad I carried at least one jacket. Bana Hills has various corners to which you can travel to through the cable cars, which are supposed to be the world's longest cable car rides. It was scary for me honestly because of the height and the cable car rocking a bit occasionally, but the views were worth it, plus I didn't really have an option. The weather up here was cool of course, but so foggy. The visibility kept getting worse, which you'll soon notice, but this just added to the whole experience, making it quite surreal. After visiting a few pagodas, it was time for lunch. They encourage you to opt for the buffet at the ticket counter, but there are plenty of restaurants serving multiple cuisines all over Bana Hills. Surprisingly, this might be one of the best Italian foods I've ever had, the best pesto for sure. After fueling up, it was time for what I most awaited. The ticket for the Alpine Coaster is to be purchased separately, but for 200 rupees, it is a steal. While at first they weren't offering tickets owing to the foggy weather, just as I was about to turn away, they said that it was operational then. The ride was perfect for someone like me who hates speed since you can control the speed with the lever. It was so good that I wanted to ride it again, and by then it had started raining mildly, making the mist even more intense, which forced them to stop operations for some time. But if you get to do this, please try it at least once. There is so much to do in Bana Hills. You can easily spend a whole day if you have the time and energy, which wasn't the case for me, so that meant it was part-time. Some beaches in Vietnam, like this one, have jellyfish, so you may want to watch out for a sign which says so. The plan for the last day 3 was to just hang around Hoi An Ancient Town because it's a different mood compared to what I showed you on the first night. It's more calm and peaceful, and lunch was at Nourish Eatery, which is all vegetarian.
Màn đêm trôi qua cô đơn, một mình anh bước đi lặng thầm. Cùng với hơi men lang thang, một mình anh bước trên con đường.
You know, there are some cities when you visit for the first time, you're pretty sure you'll be back here again. That was Hoi An for me. That was mostly everything I experienced during my trip in Hoi An, post which we flew to Hanoi. So stay tuned to check out all about my trip to Hanoi. Bye.